On Tuesday evening, our office was notified by management at the Hilton Garden Inn located in St. Lucie West that a housekeeping staff member entered a hotel room to clean and located the items before you. These items included a computer and printing equipment and paper supplies consistent with a counterfeit operation. In addition, a printer used to manufacture ID cards, such as fraudulent driver's license, was also located in the room. On one of the printers shown here in front of us today was actually a sheet of counterfeit money, which is right there here in front of us. The room was one of two rented to a person by the name of Jessica Guzman, whom we believe to either be a stolen identity. The second room contained personal items as well as drug paraphernalia, methamphetamines, and a CO2 pellet gun, which is that one right over there. Very realistic looking gun, but it was a pellet gun. Our detectives obtained a search warrant for these hotel rooms and conducted an exhaustive search and inventory of each room. Through this investigation, the identity of the occupants of these rooms was confirmed to be Chris Tucker Burtney, 31 years of age, Jesse David DeLay, 41 years of age, and Sierra Jackson, 21 years of age. It was also determined that Chris Burtney was driving a 2006 Chevrolet Colorado four-door pickup truck, which we have a picture of that on the back board for you. While the search of the rooms was occurring, detectives in the parking lot of the hotel observed a vehicle matching Burtney's arrive with these three individuals inside. These three individuals all matched the descriptions of Burtney, DeLay, and Jackson. All three were detained and brought to our office for questioning. Burtney stated he stayed in the room with the printing equipment and admitted to printing between $3,000 and $4,000 in counterfeit currency and passing more than $1,000 of it here in St. Lucie County alone. In fact, in our search of the hotel room and of Burtney's person, more than 20 counterfeit bills in $100, $50, and $20 denominations were located and confirmed to be counterfeit by Special Agent Blanford. These counterfeits were very, very sophisticated and in fact were not detected by the standard counterfeit pen that most merchants use. Burtney further admitted to using the counterfeits to purchase small items and then return them back to the retailer for real currency. A search of Burtney's vehicle revealed additional counterfeit and real money, receipts matching items purchased with the counterfeit currency, and items that had been purchased and not yet returned for the real cash. Working with our law enforcement partners throughout the Treasure Coast and across Florida, we have identified several other counterfeit cases believed to be connected to these three. Also, driver's license driver's license cards from these individuals were from across the United States, so they were making cards for each state that they were visiting. Special Agent Blanford has also identified more than $10,000 in counterfeit currency in a case from Jacksonville, as well as other cases in the Orlando area that can be directly tied to these three. Chris Burtney was also charged with possession of tools and paper for forgery or counterfeiting, possession of 10 or more counterfeit bills, fraud, and driving with a license suspended. He was booked into the St. Lucie County Jail on $8,500 bond. In our interviews with DeLay and Jackson, they admitted to occupying the room next to Burtney and being the persons responsible for renting the room with under the fictitious name. However, neither admitted to having any knowledge of the counterfeit currency, but were charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. They were both booked into the St. Lucie County Jail on $15,750 bond each. Some of their online selling and buying was done through apps such as OfferUp, Let It Go, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace. And our message to the public is this. Again, if you see something, say something. The housekeeper in this instance noticed that there was something definitely wrong with this picture and immediately let authorities know. Make sure that if you are conducting cash transactions transactions with someone that you ensure that the money is not counterfeit. Check for watermarks, fill the paper. The printing should feel slightly rough to the touch. Check with light to see if the security thread is in fact embedded on denominations $5 and higher. And hold the note to light to see if the faint image to the right of the portrait on the denominations $5 and higher. And lastly, tilt the note to see if the ink in the numbers on the lower right corner and the bell and the ink well change color from copper to green. This color shifting ink is found on denominations $10 and higher. So one other final note is if you have your wallet or purse stolen or you lose your driver's license or other identification, call and report it immediately to your local authorities. We have all this evidence in front of you. We are most concerned about this evidence on the right table, your right table over here, because we feel this is probably stolen evidence or stolen possessions from either car burglars or home burglaries that we have not pinned exactly where the origin is from. And then, of course, this is the counterfeit money that they had in their possession. And with that, any questions, comments?
How big it is for you guys to get these pieces?
Well, we don't see counterfeit money like this in this amount locally. I mean, this is probably the biggest one I've seen since I've been sheriff. And their ability to continue printing money without any reservations is a grave concern to us in St. Lucie County, but any merchant that these three were visiting, they probably had counterfeit money.
So you believe there's counterfeit money out in St. Lucie County?
There's no doubt. And the Secret Service has identified $10,000 of it out between Jacksonville and Orlando, so yes.
How long do you think this operation's been going on with you?
Any idea, guys? Come on up and say your name.
I'm Detective David Felix. The one suspect said he's been doing this for at least 8 to 10 years. Gets low on funds, prints it up, he uses it for narcotics, uses it to sell it outright, and uses it to buy products.
Why was this counterfeit operation more sophisticated than others? I mean,
A lot of years of practice.
can you go more into detail?
Not right now. We're still investigating all of that, and there's a lot to process and a lot to look into.
Greg, what is amazing is they're using a common laptop and a common printer to do it, but their sophistication of how they were doing it was far beyond what we normally see. But just normal products to do it.
What about this stuff in the front here?
Correct. I was going to mention that next. These are all things that they purchased with counterfeit money and would take it back to get it, but the real cash for exchange, but they didn't have an opportunity to take this back.
Okay.
We
so
caught them
stuff
with
they
it.
Still had.
Yes.
And you said the one suspect admitted to using the money. The other two, though, say they didn't know about this portion?
They didn't know about the counterfeit.
About
They
the
didn't.
money.
Right.
That's what they told you, at least.
That's what they told us.
How big was, I mean, making this stop when you see all of this, knowing, you know, how much money could be out in the county, how huge was this stop?
Well, it's great. You know, sadly, our economy, local economy, is built on local merchants and being healthy in business. And not only are they losing the product, but then they're losing the money end of it also. So for local merchants to have this in our community is devastating.
And what's your message to them? Should they be checking, you know,
Well,
their cash?
I'm sure if they're sending their cash to the bank for deposits, the bank is going to let them know it's counterfeit. So they should be checking their cash. Now that we have these three individuals in jail, we can be pretty assured the counterfeit is stopping, but there is counterfeit money in our local economy.
And did it seem like they were going to, you know, big box stores or more like mom and pop type places?
What were they doing?
They were traveling all over the place in the area as far as that goes. They were meeting individuals on websites as well, doing money exchanges there. And then regular convenience stores, food places like your local McDonald's, Tropical Smoothie, things of that nature. And then, you know, just around town as well. Not just with that though, but with the cards and whatnot that they've obtained all over the U.S. So it's not just currency, it's counterfeit credit card fraud as well.
And you said Walmart, they visited Walmart quite often?
Home
Bought-
Depot edition too.
Home Depot bought things and then would bring them back.
And what cities would you say they primarily concentrated on in the county?
That's currently under investigation. They're just a wide variety all over the U.S., so we're still going through processing what we have here and still making determinations on that.
But he said in St. Lucie County, Port St. Lucie, we think was,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Port St. Lucie.
Okay. And then $10,000 you're estimating out there in the local currency?
No, that's just what we know about of Orlando into Jacksonville. So in between there, they've been hitting all these different places along the East Coast here in Central Florida. So there could be a lot more out there we're still investigating.
What's the ripple effect of this type of activity?
The ripple effect? You look at everything here, if you look at all the stuff that people might have had stolen, as well as, people being defrauded out of other items out there as well. There's a lot of victims out there that we are still investigating and they're going to be coming forward, and we hope will come forward involving this incident.
Any idea how long they were here in town?
Yeah, based on our investigation, at the moment, it's the 19th. It could be longer. That's just what we, at the
Of this
moment,
month?
of this month,
So not
yes.
even that long?
Not even that long, no.
And when did you guys arrest him?
It's on Monday night.
Monday night, or Tuesday morning, early
Tuesday morning. Also, we have a sheet of tips how to detect counterfeit money. Brian, do you have that? You're going to share with each one of them, which would be good to get out to your viewers so merchants and individuals will have a better handle on how to detect counterfeit money.